Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're tackling, well, a really focused topic. We've got this biblical history meditation, and it zeroes right in on the end times, specifically Revelation.
That's right. And its mission really is to unpack those pretty traumatic warnings about the end of the world, but also the message about faith running through it all.
And the starting point, as I understand it, is this idea that, okay, the world might look successful now.
Right. Kind of caught up in its own thing, greed, lusts. But the source is clear. Judgment is coming.
So for believers, the path isn't about expecting an easy ride.
Not at all. It's about being what the text calls a commissioned person of light right now, even when it's tough.
Okay, let's get into that. Commissioned work.
Yeah.
How does that relate to the events described? Like, say, the fifth seal, that's where the martyrs cry out, isn't it?
Exactly. Revelation describes them under the altar asking, how long? And the insight here is key. God hears them, absolutely. Their pitiful cries, their prayers.
But he doesn't act immediately.
No. The meditation emphasizes that God patiently waits. It even uses this really strong imagery, suggesting God is shedding tears of blood.
Wow, tears of blood. So it's like profound sorrow, holding back judgment to give every last chance for repentance.
That's the idea. Grace, even in the face of martyrdom and suffering.
But okay, that patience isn't infinite according to this source. When we hit the sixth seal, things change dramatically.
Oh, completely. The tone shifts. Revelation 6 describes, well, just catastrophic events. It's terrifying stuff.
Can you walk us through that? The visuals described.
Yeah, it lists them out. A massive earthquake. The sun turns black like sackcloth. The text says the full moon becomes like blood.
And stars falling.
Stars falling to earth, yeah, like countless leaves shaken from a tree in a storm. It's describing immense geological upheaval.
And the source we're looking at draws a modern parallel here, doesn't it? Between this kind of natural disaster and human-made ones.
It does, quite explicitly. It connects this unstoppable divine power to events that human power can't control. It suggests, imagine a global event, like that earthquake damaging, say, nuclear facilities worldwide. Think Chernobyl or Fukushima.
Right, the kind of disaster humans can't just fix.
Exactly. The source presents that kind of scenario as maybe confirming the limits of human control, especially a world driven by, well, destructive greed. Sort of intervention.
It's a stark connection.
Yeah.
And the reaction described in Revelation to the sixth seal judgment, it's universal panic.
Total panic. Revelation 6, verses 15 to 17, it says, everyone, kings, generals, the rich, the powerful, everyone, slave and free, they run for the caves.
Hiding.
Calling for the mountains and rocks to fall on them, just wanting to hide from the face of him who is seated on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb.
And the source reminds us this isn't the first time for divine intervention.
No, it points to history. First, the flood, Noah's time. And second, the destruction of Israel and Judah by Assyria and Babylon when they turned away from God.
Yeah.
Patterns of judgment for disobedience.
Okay, so we've got this picture of overwhelming judgment, fear, hiding. But then the analysis takes a turn. It says all that terror, it doesn't actually work to change people.
That's the crucial insight here, yeah. Despite these incredible signs, like the 7 trumpets later on, the source insists many will still resist. They'll curse God.
Why? Why wouldn't that kind of event cause a complete turnaround?
Well, the idea presented is that a life lived in sin can make the conscience seared, hardened, like Pharaoh resisting the plagues or humanity before the flood. Fear makes people hide, maybe comply externally for a bit, but it doesn't fundamentally change the heart.
So if fear and judgment don't truly transform, what does? What's the alternative path, according to this meditation?
It comes down to love, the sincere love of God. The analysis really highlights that Jesus didn't come wielding mystical power or making threats.
He walked the path of Golgotha.
Right? Silently. Suffering, sacrifice,
Yeah.
embracing us even as sinners, right up to death. The source argues that kind of selfless, sincere love is the only thing that can truly open a hardened heart. Not force, not threats.
So bringing it all together, the judgment described is real. It's certain according to God's promise in this view.
Definitely.
But the path for believers, the commissioned work, isn't about wielding that threat.
No, it's about reflecting the love and service that was shown first. walking that path of sacrifice, of reaching out with God's sincere heart.
Which leaves us with a pretty challenging final thought, doesn't it?
It does. It really asks you to consider your own approach. Without leaning on methods of fear, maybe judgment, trying to scare people into belief? Or are you focused on that method of sacrifice, of serving with genuine love, trying to convey the true, sincere heart of God? That's the lesson, the question to carry forward from this deep dive.